How's it going? Session 5, making a big sandcastle at the beach. We're going to be using wooden forms, and this is how we do it. This is old Dave talking to you right now, and so we're going to be going to the beach and learning how to do it with the younger me from many moons ago. All right, let's check that out. Session 5, making a castle, a big castle at the beach.
All right, we're at the beach, La Jolla Shores, near La Jolla, California, and one of the places I love to go and do regular beach sandcastles. I had sandcastle Saturdays that I was doing. I had a little podium I set up, and then I would have people just help me on a varied occasion. But on this day, I was actually setting it up to videotape the whole thing, and then trying to document this whole process. You need tons of water when you do these sandcastles. It's really amazing with beach sand. You just keep pounding away. It's a beautiful day at the beach. Just love, doing stuff at the beach. It's this place that everybody can enjoy. Kids of all ages, So you can see the forms I have there. It's pieces of plywood, 5/8 inch CDX plywood with 2x4s on the sides nailed to it, but then inside and outside those 2x4s are connected. They fit in sort of a tongue and groove kind of an approach. They're attached with 16-penny duplex nails. You can see them sitting there in that little spot there in the corner, and you hammer in 3 or 4, and then you just start shoveling. So lots of work goes into these beach sandcastles when you're doing them at this scale. Lots of water, keep flooding it. We can see that there as well. These are all guys that just showed up that day to help me out with this, which was really cool. I think my dad was here at some point too, and we'll see him in the future a few more minutes here. The corners of the pound up box we cover up and fill in so the water doesn't leak out. And then you have a tamper here, and it's basically a big iron pole with a flat thing welded to it. And this makes the sand compacted. It tightens up the space between these sand particles, and that's what you want to get it to be at, to make sure it holds its shape. So we jump forward in time. We're up to the second tier, the second box, a little smaller. We kind of, like an Inca pyramid, you just stair step in, make it smaller, cut down on the volume. It's a lot of work though. This is tons of sand we have here today we're going to be aiming to do something with. You have a crew over here making little turrets. Those are using tubes. You can use PVC pipe. And the kids just love it. I love the beach. I love doing stuff there. But then the back breaking begins. I was famous for my shoveling. I could send bricks up. We call those chunks of sand up in there. We were doing contests and stuff. So I was really... I had a pretty good aim with that. I could get up in the top with the trash can pound-ups that are coming up soon here. Everybody's getting involved. So now we're adding another form on top of what we already have. So they're 2 foot wide by 4 foot length, you could say, 3 foot and 2 foot. I think it was probably 5 foot on the bottom, maybe 5 or 6 foot. So then you throw buckets up in the air, and now we've got the 2 foot tall, and then I think that's probably 6 feet wide, the bottom one. And you throw it up and tuck it underneath to just get a start, and then you got to fill it up from the top down of that big Rubbermaid trash can with the bottom cut out. Usually have someone standing in there compacting with the weight of their feet, getting water buckets up in there. Then he's packing it and walking around on there, and that's giving you that compaction. Pretty cool. You can do a sand sculpture with just the trash can pound up, as we talked about in the previous sessions of this How to Sculpt Sand series. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Almost to the top. So trash cans with the bottom cut out. You can get smaller ones. That's a 55 gallon, the gray one. And I think I've got one that's like 50 or 45 gallon. And then the little 5 gallon cans, buckets I should say, with the bottom cut out can be used. And that little turret on top was brought in and carried in that we saw on the beach where the guys were making those little They use pipes, PVC pipes of some sort. So we get the pound up pretty much done, checking to see how it's feeling. And now we'll see what I have to say.
Right now we've completed the whole pound up, which is a nice place to be. We've completed this small tower on top here. This was basically just a little piece of PVC pipe that we used to make this tower. We used this trash bucket that's down here beneath me, this green trash bucket, and a larger trash bucket, actually a 55-gallon one right here, Rubbermaid trash bucket, for this pound up. We're going to continue to sculpt down this small building on top of larger buildings beneath it. And as you can see, we're about 6 feet off the ground here. We've completed 3 tiers up with the pound up. With John's help, we did a lot of hard work on this, by the way. Gene's working over on here on this building here, cleaning up the roof eave and this kind of thing, help them rough out, help block out. John's doing some windows on the top tower here. It's very delicate, you have to be very careful here. We're going to continue to take down and take away the forms and sand and cut out buildings and do as much as we can before the sun goes down. We've got a crew over here working on chimneys and towers and whatnot. So we're just going to keep going on this and we can see what we can come up with in an hour or so.
Okay, little kids, people, sand sculpture's like a magnet. There's my dad in the white shirt there helping out, checking me out. He was so great. Passed away a bit ago, and what a great thing to have your family supporting in your activities and new businesses and crazy creations. So wonderful folks helping me out here. Those are his kids. I don't remember this gentleman's name, but he and his wife were helping out when their little kids were just having a good old time. Making the turrets. So cool. With a 3/4 inch little trowel. That's actually a cake decorating tool that we grind off the tip because it's rounded and make it square. But one of the most used tools during sand sculpture creation. You can see this is one of the earlier castles. That was the very beginning of my career, 1989 or thereabouts. So I got better, but you can kind of see, you know, the marbling of the sand, which is so neat when you can see it and you carve away and trim. It's got that wonderful texture and that wonderful look. Just amazing. Sunshine, salty air. Oh man, just was so great just doing this at the beach. And it all began, my whole sand sculpting career began at the beach. Millions of dollars of gross sales I ended up creating over the decades of my sand sculpting career. And check out that archway, that little bridge there from a little 5-gallon bucket pound up on the corner there, and then you just hand pack that over. You put a tube in there. Oh man, people, it's a magnet, sand sculptures, everywhere you go. That's why it turned into such an amazing career. Hand lifting in maybe a chimney I might be doing right there. Yeah, there you go. So those little tiny pound ups in PVC pipes, you lift them in and you make a little seat for it to sit in. And you can put chimneys in. You can do stairs and stuff. You have to time it so you finish pulling the forms off when the day is finishing out. Gene Gross helping out there. You pull the nails out carefully and try to hold the sides of the forms in to keep the forms from popping and causing a vibration. Carefully lifting them down, watching out for toes and little kids and people when you're moving those form boards. They stack together and sort of make them easy to carry 2 at a time. Oh, look at the marbling. So cool. Really brings everyone together. That archway is still hanging out there. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. And you'll see in a few seconds how a chunk falls off, but it's just a little piece that still stays there. So the day's light is fading, and so we're working our way down. Wow, you can really see that marbling there. That is so cool. Working on battered walls, those big tapered walls below the places to shoot arrows to defend the castle. Those go pretty fast, and you can remove big chunks of sand with a shovel and just really start speeding up. you time it so you run out of sand to carve when you run out of time to carve. It's sort of the strategy here as the sun is setting. So we got our turrets we imported and put on the corners there. A very nice castle indeed. Alright, that's how we do it at the beach in a big way, making big sandcastles. On to the next video, learning how to sculpt an old man head. Alright.